one thing I've been doing on LinkedIn is just finding interesting people from all over the world with interesting titles and seeing if they want to jump on Zoom. So talk to people from South Africa, Syria, the UK, India. My sister lives in Jordan, so speaking to people in Saudi Arabia, and it's
It's
been
interesting you say
fantastic.
that. It's
Yeah.
interesting you say that because last week I actually recorded a video on the power of networking in 2020. And I just think that all the odds are stacked against us in terms of interacting with people. But if you actually took the effort this year, or even if you're thinking about it in 2021, all you need is Zoom, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And
Yeah.
what you realize is that there's a lot of people out there that are actually in a mood to connect. Everyone thinks that everyone's more busy, but they're not. Everyone thinks that people are zoomed out, but they're really not. And if you think about that need for human connection, like right now, it's pretty strong. So if you can go out there and acknowledge someone's work, and connect in 2020 with a piece of technology, you're actually going to create a bond that can, I think, forever link you, and it's going to be a strong one. And so I'm 100% on board with you in terms of networking in this day and age, networking with people across the world, using LinkedIn as the platform to do it. And yeah, like, when you're finally getting in front of people, like making sure that your story is tight, you're asking good questions, um, like ask people where their thinking is taking them, or ask people what they learned this week, and just see where that goes, because that could open up new ideas, new thoughts, new jobs. It can help you understand where the new trends are. So I am
Mm.
100% an advocate of networking right now.
And to your point, and the momentum we're talking about, you don't need to have an end result. You just go in just like, okay, I'm going to reach out to these people. I'm going to be interested. I am interested. That's really all you need. You do not know what could come of it. They could invite you out to where they are, and they might know somebody who could become a client. And there's just so many cool things we could talk about, but we're all isolated. To your point about people being saying they're zoomed out, I think people are just zoomed out of um, meaningless conversations. They want to have
Yeah,
meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
in whatever medium that comes in.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. It's like, have patience because things take time, but then also don't wait because things take time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that I like that. Have patience because things take time, but don't wait because things take time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to have connection, if you're lonely, just reach out to people. There are people on the other end of the line that like want to talk as well. And if you just want to create some sort of community, you don't even need to like set out with a goal. You just start talking to people. Who knows where a connection could be made? For example, uh, so one of my big things was to create my LinkedIn account. I had a LinkedIn account, but I hadn't done anything with it. And this lady I hired helped me to make it what it looks like now, which I'm pretty happy about. But she knows a guy who helps people get their first TED Talk.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's something I would like to do, but I'm not ready for that yet. I just have different priorities in place. But I talked to another woman who comes from like the suicidal background, and this guy who teaches the TED Talks, he's had like 4 TED Talks, and he's used to be a writer for Jay Leno. He was also suicidal, so he had these ideations, and I was like, you know what? You're a speaker. You're kind of feeling like you're not gaining much momentum right now in your business. Why don't I connect you with this guy who does TED Talks? Would you be interested? She got her first TED Talk in 1 month from working with him.
Wow.
That's
I
fantastic.
never, I never would have had that experience, or she never would have become a TED speaker had I not taken the initiative to just reach out to random people and see where the conversation went. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just saying that my goal wasn't to go out and connect them. My goal is just to talk to people and then see what happens from it.
That's a
Yeah.
great example.
Yeah, it's a lot of just having faith that something will come from the interactions at some point, not viewing it transactionally, but just viewing it as an opportunity to get to know someone and, letting the chips fall where they fall years down the line.
So,
Yeah. I think that's a big thing with life too. Like there's a million things you could do. Just make one decision. You never know how that thing could turn out. Working as a cattle rancher, getting a job at Inc. because I was a cattle rancher, there's no way I would have set out with the goal that, hey, I'm going to become a cattle rancher to get a job at Inc. magazine.
Yeah.
You know,
It would have
like,
been impossible to design that.
Yeah, you can't repeat it. So just, I think it's very true to life. Just do your best, do what you enjoy, and see where the chips fall, and help influence them if you can.